Hello, welcome back to the Book Nook. Do you know what this is? It's called a Mia Dot, and it's an AI voice assistant device. Maybe you have an Alexa or an Echo at home. A Mia Dot is just like that. I can ask her to tell me the temperature, to play my favorite music. Yeah, I just wish I could ask her to wash the dishes for me. Today, we're going to look at some research I found on AI and voice assistants as we continue to focus on our research question of, you guessed it, how AI impacts our daily lives. Hey, Mia Dot, are you ready?
Let's go!
Before we dive into what I found, I want to help you learn how to make sure the sources you find in your own research are trustworthy. If you remember from our cause and effect video, we talked about wanting to speak knowledgeably and not just say or write things that are untrue. We have to remember that not all information we read is true, and some things are opinions rather than facts. So, how do we evaluate the sources we find? Let's work on answering that. In our research, we'll find different types of sources, but we need to focus on reliable ones, sources we can count on and trust. Reliable sources provide accurate, fact-checked, and up-to-date information. Examples include government or educational websites, trusted publications, books, and encyclopedias. These are trusted because they're based on facts, research, and expert knowledge. We'll also find sources that need to be verified or checked to see if their information is correct. They might give background knowledge or different perspectives, but they shouldn't be the only source of evidence. For example, unverified social media posts can be written by anyone, so they may not be true. Personal blogs can contain opinions, incorrect facts, or even bias. Bias means favoring one side over another in a way that is unfair. You might also see websites without sources or sites with anonymous articles. If we don't know where the information comes from or who wrote it, we can't be sure it's accurate. To make sure information is trustworthy, we must corroborate it, meaning we check if other reliable sources support it. It's like saying you saw a shooting star and a friend confirms it. Now your story is backed up. A strategy I've come up with for determining if a resource is reliable is called the 3 W's. We need to ask ourselves, who wrote it? That's important because if the writer is an expert, they're more likely to give correct and well-researched information. If we don't know who wrote it, that should send up a red flag that we need to look further into it. When was it written? This is important because things change over time. Facts, rules, and discoveries can change, so older information might not be correct anymore. Where did the information come from? If we know the source, we can see if the information is based on facts, research, or expert knowledge. We can also compare it with other trusted sources to see if they say the same thing. This is where we might discover some bias. In my AI research, I came across a new article. Let's take a look at what it says and then use our 3 W's to determine if the source is reliable. AI is used in voice assistants like Siri, Alexa, and Google Assistant to answer questions, set reminders, and play music. They understand words, find information, and respond helpfully. Some even tell jokes, translate languages, and control smart devices. AI improves daily, recognizing voices, accents, and languages. It helps students with learning and businesses with customer service. As AI grows, it will continue shaping how we work, learn, and communicate. However, AI isn't perfect. It can make mistakes. It's important to use it wisely and verify information. In the future, AI might assist doctors, teach skills, or create art. Wow! Imagine an AI voice assistant helping teach you a new skill. What did you notice? Do you think the source is reliable? I can see that a professor wrote it last fall, so it's still recent, and it came from a well-known published technology journal. Do we think this could be reliable? Yes, because the information came from a trusted source and it can be corroborated with other sources. What clues tell us whether the source is trustworthy? A clue that stands out to me is the article from a well-respected journal. Also, the author is a university professor. Can we find corroborating information? Yes, we can by using other reliable sources. So, do you agree that we could call this a reliable source? Great. Let's take a look at the next one. AI voice assistants feel like something from a sci-fi movie. They listen, answer questions, and even play music, like a personal helper who never gets tired. Some love the convenience, while others find it strange talking to a machine. It almost feels like magic. But are they really that smart? They often misunderstand things, which can be frustrating. And having a machine always listening, that's a bit weird. While AI is improving, it's not perfect, and it's important to remember that it's not a real person. Still, who knows? Maybe one day they'll have full conversations like humans. Let's take it from the top by answering the 3 W's. Who wrote it? I'm not seeing an author listed, but I do see a username of Fake Byte News. Well, that's strange. What about when it was written? Yikes! It says April of 2013. That was a long time ago. A lot has changed since then, especially in the world of technology and AI. Well, where did the information come from? Oh, it looks like it came from a social media post that isn't verified. Do you think we should try and corroborate the information we see? Yes, I think so. We don't know who wrote it, it's outdated, and it came from an unverified source where we can't corroborate the information. Right now, I'm not able to say that it's a reliable source. Now that we know the basics of looking for reliable sources, let's play a quick game to check your knowledge. I'm going to show you a card with a source example, and you decide if it's reliable or if it needs more corroborating. Write down your answers in your guided notes. Number 1. Author, John Smith. Title, The Future of AI Voice Assistants. Publisher, Tech Publishers. Year, 2023. Do you think this is a reliable source? Why or why not? Pause here and record your answer in your guided notes. So did you mark it as reliable? Yes, because it's published by a trusted source with expert research. Great job. Number 2. Author, AI enthusiast, no qualifications listed. Title, The Future of AI Assistants. Website, mypersonalblog.com. Year, 2019. Is it reliable? Why or why not? Go ahead and pause and write down your answer. What did you jot down? Reliable or not? Well, based on what we know at the moment, it's not reliable. It needs more corroborating because this is a personal blog with no verified sources or expert review. It could also contain false or misleading information. I don't feel good about labeling this as a reliable source yet. Number 3. Author, National Institute of Standards and Technology, NIST. Title, The Role of AI in Modern Technology. Website, nist.gov. Year, 2024. Is it reliable? Why or why not? It's time to pause again and write down your answer. What's your final answer? Is it reliable? Yes, it's reliable because it's from a government website. See how it ends with .gov? Good work. Wow, we've learned a lot today. It's especially important to know that not everything we read is true. We must check our sources to make sure they're reliable. Even what we think should be a reliable source can still be one-sided. So it's important to corroborate the information to make a sound decision on whether a source is reliable or not. Well, I'll see you next time in the Book Nook, but until then, keep reading and working toward your goals.